It's a nice day to record the podcast. Okay, I'm not Billy Idol. Okay, yeah, let's dial that back a little bit. Dial that back. It's fine. It's fine. Little voice crack.
Yeah.
No words. Our guest today is DaJuan Johnson. This guy is freaking amazing, guys. I'm so super pumped for everybody to hear this interview because he talks about cancel culture. Of course, he talks about his career, but he talks about just a lot of stuff that goes into being an actor in the entertainment industry and always having the spotlight on you.
Yeah, and his approach to the ups and downs of social media, teaching classes, giving back to fellow actors, just so much, man.
Yeah.
So much good advice for y'all in there. And a great T-shirt.
Yeah, right? Just be prepared.
Wait, that's right. Be prepared.
Oh, my goodness. Well, that's later on the show. Now, let's get a little crazy. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Crazy Ant Farm. Holy moly, we're on episode 139 this week. That is insane in the membrane.
It is. It's blowing by. I can't believe how fast 150 is creeping up.
I know.
I mean, and then 200, and who knows? It's just insane.
I know.
It's insane.
Absolutely bonkers.
You know what else is insane? What? How much superhero news we have this week.
Seriously.
A lot of superhero news on both DC and Marvel is going down. We got all that, so, this geek's excited.
I mean, of course, you guys know. You guys know. Oh, man, but you guys know your host with the most, myself, J-Lo Fantastic, and the one and only Mouth.
What's up?
But yeah, like you said, freaking superhero news, a whole bunch of Disney news, and maybe some Roku news about HBO Max.
Yeah.
Maybe a little something.
Maybe. And, no doubt, reboots.
Yeah, of course.
I mean,
of course.
You mean there's more? What?
I know.
That's
absolutely
crazy.
Wild, man. Absolutely wild. But before we get this thing started, everybody knows, be sure to head over to our merchandise website, www.crazyantmedia.com. By the time everybody is listening to this, we will be already released our holiday merchandise.
Yes.
To tease a little bit, of course, that will be available Thanksgiving Day. Oh, man, they look damn good.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas over there. It is.
Even the North Pole gets a little bonkers every once in a while.
That's right, man. Santa's got ants.
Exactly.
I mean,
reindeers
love ants. It's fine. It's fine.
But yes, we're so super pumped about it. And of course, Black Friday sales, they are happening, guys. So be sure to stay tuned for the percentage of what's going to be taking off of your total cost for the merchandise. Super exciting.
Yes.
Super exciting. But of course, let's head over to Disney.
Yes.
Disney. According to sources, despite Warner Brothers' move to release Wonder Woman 1984 onto HBO Max, Disney says, hold up.
Yep.
We're not even thinking about releasing Black Widow on Disney Plus.
No. Feige and Marvel Studios and all, they're very adamant about their plan is still theatrical release.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds good. So was Warner Media's for Wonder Woman for ever.
Yeah.
So will they hold on to that? We don't know.
It all depends on how long the theaters are going to stay closed. Of course, there's barely any open right now. I mean, maybe more drive-ins will pop up. Definitely they should recreate the drive-in movement, build more up so that people could actually see this quote-unquote theatrically because, that's the only way I feel like people will be happy with it. Like Patty Jenkins because we all saw she was throwing a little shade.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that when we jump to the bunny. Patty was not happy,
no.
But I also think they're going to wait and see. I mean, let's be honest about it. If they're sitting back waiting and they see that Wonder Woman does massively well on HBO Max,
then maybe they'll put it on there.
Then that would only make sense. They're like, okay, well, let's put Black Widow out there. So
exactly.
I don't know.
Everything's up in the air, though. Everything's up in the air. But Disney has decided to move some of its content and some of its upcoming content to Disney Plus, like Cruella.
Yep.
We're also the Emma Stone and Emma Thompson and Pinocchio is going on there, the live action Pinocchio
with Tom Hanks.
With Tom Hanks and Peter Pan and Wendy. So there are going to be some things. We don't know if it's going to be behind a tier wall like Mulan was, or if it's going to be free like upcoming Soul will be. So everything's all up in the air right now. Hopefully they saw the backlash of the premium tier wall with Mulan, so they'll just make everything free.
Yeah, and one thing's for sure. They are prioritizing Marvel Studios.
Yeah.
They know where their
Agreed.
bread and butter is. They're like, hold on, wait, we're going to push all these other movies, but we're going to wait on this one because everybody wants to see Marvel in the theater. So I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, they got to be so back and
Speaking
forth.
of Marvel, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys have heard it. All these rumors, right? Like they're gonna CGI Chadwick Boseman into Black Panther 2. You know, like kind of like they did in Fast and Furious with Paul Walker. You know, give him a proper goodbye and you know, and there. So of course, there's been a lot of back and forth about whether that would be okay. Is that cool? Well, apparently, it's not even true. Black Panther executive producer Victoria Alonso has definitively shot down all of those rumors. She said, it is absolutely not true. The late Chadwick Boseman says, no one, there is only one Chadwick, and he's no longer with us. Sadly, our king has died in real life, not only in fiction, and we're taking a little time to see how we're going to continue the story and honor the chapter of his unexpected loss, but he is not being digitally put into Black Panther 2.
I like that, though. I
do too.
Because, I mean, I feel like out of respect for him and, of course, his family, like maybe Paul Walker's family was A-okay with it. I mean, his brother filled in as the stunt double or as the double and CGI his face, Paul Walker's face onto it. So, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense if you don't want to, like, do that. So, I mean, it's whatever people are comfortable with.
Yeah, and of course, you know, it's not the first time. Like Carrie Fisher's family was not okay with it, so they used footage they had already had of Carrie Fisher for Leia in the Star Wars films.
Yeah.
They were not okay with digitally doing it. So I think it's the right move, though. You've already got the comic book storyline that says that, you know, a new Black Panther takes over.
Yeah.
I mean, just use it. You've got an out, and I think it's the right thing to do.
Agreed. And this next one is by no surprise, because if you were paying attention at all during Endgame, I mean, obviously, Thor went with the Guardians of the Galaxy, so this makes sense. It has been officially announced that Chris Pratt is going to be in Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yes.
Duh.
Yeah, I mean, did anybody read that and go, what?
Right.
I mean, guys, they totally set that up.
Like,
I mean, come on.
I know.
It's like, this next one is surprising, though, because we've heard nothing. It's like stalled.
Back and
is
forth.
It? Is
like,
it not?
Is it happening?
Can it stay rated R? Will it ever see the light of day? Well, apparently, guys, we have some good news for you. Apparently, Deadpool 3 is indeed a go at Disney. Disney and Marvel Studios have apparently been working closely with Ryan Reynolds. They have been holding writers' meetings, and they have announced that they are hiring Bob's Burgers writers, Wendy Molyneux and Lizzie Molyneux. They're going to write the movie. Even better news, apparently, they're trying to figure out the logistics on how they're going to make it happen, but it will be rated R. Disney has signed off on it, so will this be Marvel Studios' first rated R film, or will they do it under 20th Century? We don't know, but it's a go. It's moving forward. They're looking for a new director, only because the guy who directed the last one is busy throughout, so they don't know if he can commit to it or not, although they said the door was open.
Yeah.
But this is exciting.
It is very exciting. I mean, a lot of people thought the whole Deadpool franchise was dead.
Yeah, as soon as the Disney buyout, they were like, oh, that's it.
Because, I mean, you can't have Deadpool without it being rated R. You just wouldn't be able to do it right.
He's the merc with the mouth.
Exactly.
I mean, if you take away the mouth, then what do you have?
What's the point? But yeah, I'm super excited about that. I'm happy that it still has life under the Disney buyout.
Yes, me too.
Yes. Oh, man. And 20th Century Studios is also doing another Predator, another installment in the Predator series. And they have attached 10 Cloverfield Lane director Dan Trachtenberg to direct the 5th installment of the Predator franchise. Nobody knows what it's about yet. That's all being kept under wraps. And from 2018, everybody knows another one came out in 2018. And you know.
They just know that they're keeping it away from that. It will not continue that storyline or go back to that
completely
storyline.
Different.
That's because that one wasn't so great, guys, and there was a lot of controversy with that one. So what does that tell you? If that one, why go with another one?
Exactly.
I just don't know why they keep doing these things.
No,
like,
I don't know.
Do we want another Predator? I don't know.
Well, that's what I was saying about last week. You're beating a dead horse.
Yes, or in this case, a dead alien. Just stop.
Like, I understand some people think this is entertaining, like the Olympus Has Fallen people. This guy right here. But just stop.
I didn't disagree with you. I just said I'll go see it. It's
Yeah.
like those Fast and Furious things, like we said. Sometimes, but
It's just-
Predator is
yeah.
not on that. Though.
Yeah.
I'm just,
Yeah, I think
is
that
Arnold
one's-
coming back? Are we
yeah.
going to bring Arnold and,
Right.
and Apollo back? I don't know.
It's been dead for a while.
Yeah.
Ryan Murphy, though, he is doing a lot of things right now. He's basically Netflix's golden boy, but he's still staying strong and true with his American Horror Story. But now there's going to be a horror story spin-off. It's going to be American Horror Stories.
Yes. Yes.
And Murphy has confirmed that there will be 16 one-hour standalone episodes delving into the horror myths. And Sarah Paulson has also confirmed that she will be directing something in this.
Yeah, I loved how
Something.
she said that too. She's like, isn't it obvious? I'll be directing something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Sarah. I guess it wasn't that obvious, but okay. I'm excited about this, though. The idea of just one shots, and not the whole continuous story. But it is going to be filled with people from American Horror Story, all of the seasons.
Yeah.
So I guess you'll see some old characters pop up, and so that's exciting.
A lot of people are doing that now, where they're basically making seasons limited series, where Black Mirror does it with every episode. And you see it with Fargo. Chris Rock has a whole season this time.
It's
and
true.
It's this might be the new thing, and I'm not mad at it. If you can keep these people employed, especially the crew that are attached to these projects, if you can keep them employed and also bring new storylines, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do like how Ryan Murphy is loyal.
Yeah.
It was a given that these people were going to come back and be in these things because he seems to carry them from project to project, which is awesome.
Agreed. Oh man. Alec Baldwin and the one and only Kelsey Grammer are set to star in and executive produce a yet untitled show, which has been handed a straight-to-series order by ABC Signature.
Yes.
It's said to be a multicam comedy, revolves around three men who are roommates in their 20s until their egos drove them apart. Now the trio is reuniting decades later for one more run at the lives they've always wanted. Of course, Baldwin and Grammer are going to play these two roommates. Now they're looking for the third right now. I think you should be the third.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Ever since I saw this story break, I've been racking through my head who would be a great person to fit in with Baldwin and Grammer. And you're right. I didn't even consider myself, but it should be me. I think it would be fantastic. I would be.
That would be fun.
I would love to get up in the middle of that and just have conversations with the two of those men.
Right.
Seriously. ABC, call me.
ABC, call me.
Call me.
Oh, man. But ABC is making sure this is going to be around the 2021-2022 television season. So stay tuned for that, guys. And then this next one, yet another one.
Sorry, I didn't wait to exhale.
Yeah. Everybody knows the 1995 hit film Waiting to Exhale is getting a reboot treatment at ABC.
No.
I know. That's the thing now. Once huge film, now going to be a reboot series. So
yeah, and I just Forrest Whitaker is not attached,
Nope.
from what we understand. None of the original cast is attached. It's Lee Daniels is doing this one. Apparently, he's attempting to bring this. But it's going to happen because they gave it a commitment with penalty.
Yeah.
Meaning, if it doesn't happen, they got to pay. So it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So why?
I know.
Why? If that was a really great film, and I just feel like you're dishonoring. Whitney, we don't need all these reboots.
Right. It's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. But ABC has given a put-the-pilot commitment to Family Affair. Now, this one is said to be a single-camera family comedy from husband and wife writer-producers Devin and Renada Shepard.
Yes.
And Curtis 50 Cent Jackson and Mary J. Blige are going to be attached to the show, and it's described as Blackish meets the Jackson 5.
Yes.
So, take with that what you will.
It's going to be awesome. Like, what did they say it was? A faded R&B star and a committed bachelor whose lives are thrown into a tailspin when he's raising his sister's 4 kids.
Yeah.
So he's like this washed up R&B star that's now got to raise his 4 kids or whatever. I think, again, this is good. This is original.
Yeah.
And let's be honest about it. 50 Cent is killing it.
Oh, yeah.
He is just just, he's
He's
got
everywhere.
the relationship with BET. Now he's got to build in a nice relationship with ABC and Disney for life. Hugely fantastic.
Yeah,
So
Showtime,
obviously, yeah.
Stars, like, he's everywhere.
He is. And, Mary J. Blige is going to be in the new Power.
Yeah, exactly.
Power Book 2. So they've already got that relationship kind of established. So I think this is good. It sounds like it's going to be a fun show. So
Yeah. Agreed, man. Agreed. Freeform is also doing some things. It has set the full cast for its upcoming single-camera comedy, None of the Above. Now, we're talking Greg Wayans, Aisha Cooper, and, they're set as leads. Ron Taylor, Justin Miles, Caitlin Tarver, and round out as series regulars for the cast. And, this is super awesome because it's like two college friends that are trying to find their transition into like the real world, and it isn't as easy as people think it is. There's certain expectations you have to meet and all this different shit that comes with adulting.
Yes.
So that's what it's going to be about. I feel like a lot of people can connect to this.
Seriously, there are some adults, forget college kids. There are some adults that can connect to this. It's like, wait a minute, especially 2020, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think all expectations went out the fucking
Nobody
window
knew.
in 2020. I don't know.
Nobody knew. Oh, man, but Hulu's doing some things. Well, not really Hulu. Disney Plus is stealing Hulu stuff. I like that Disney owns multiple platforms so they can decide what to do with this.
Yes.
And we're talking about The Mysterious Benedict Society, and it is a series on the move. The show was originally supposed to go on to Hulu, but now, with it being Disney, they're able to rework some stuff. Now it's going to go over to Disney Plus, and it's supposed to hit around 2021. So that's pretty cool. Dana Walden, the chairman of entertainment for Walt Disney Television, said in a statement, quote, "We have one of the great benefits to creators working with our company is that we have a platform that's right for every single series. And having seen this, the first couple episodes of the show, there is no better home than Disney Plus."
See, I'm with you. I like the idea that we're like, okay, maybe they thought this was going to be a bit more edgy, maybe a bit more adult, but then after seeing how it's coming in and what it's looking like, they're like, no, this is okay. This can go to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Remember, they had Disney Plus with the Lizzie McGuire thing, and they're like, whoop, nope, wait a minute, let's look at this. Maybe this should be Hulu or not Disney Plus. But, I do like that they have those options.
Yeah.
So that,
and something else, Disney Plus doesn't always, kid stuff. It's definitely classified as a kid streaming platform, but The Mandalorian, very violent. They're killing motherfuckers.
Yeah, without doubt.
The Right Stuff, very educational, and it's not a kid show at all. So
No, it's not.
There's a whole bunch of good content, adult content out on Disney Plus that isn't saying fuck every other word.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. Exactly right. So, adult, but not over the top edgy.
Yeah.
So and you just named it. There's a reason why Disney Plus is growing so fucking fast.
Yeah.
Because they've got great stuff on there that I think really appeals to all the audiences. I really do think that.
Agreed, man.
And another one. Remember, you haven't seen Greatest Showman.
I haven't. I know. I still need to.
Oh my
gosh. It's on
gosh.
Disney Plus now.
I know. See? You remember the kick-ass song, This Is Me? Oh, yeah. I loved her. Well, Kiela Settle, I'm talking about, and Emery Kelly are set for recurring roles in the new Disney Plus show Big Shot. This is the one with John Stamos, so I'm kind of excited. Yeah, John Stamos, Jessalyn Gazelle, Yvette Nicole Brown, Richard Robichaux, Sophia Mitri, and a whole bunch more. It's a series that follows a temperamental college basketball coach, John Stamos. He's still upset about Becky. She's fuck it, she's in jail. He gets fired from his job and has to take a teaching and coaching job at an elite all-girls high school. Oh.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now, the cast sounds phenomenal. Yvette Brown, she's going to be, she's fun on everything she does. She's going to be fantastic. So there you go.
Agreed.
More quality stuff on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
This next one. You're not even old enough. You shouldn't even talk about this one because you don't even know.
I have no idea. Take it over then, old motherfucker. You gaffer.
Name That Tune is coming back. Half our listeners probably have no idea what I'm talking about. Way back in the day, Kathy Lee Gifford and a host, I don't even remember the host name, but there would be two contestants, and they would say, I can name that tune in this many notes. And then the band would play, and or Kathy Lee Gifford would sing. She wasn't Kathy Lee Gifford back then, just Kathy Lee. Yeah. She would a note, or however many notes they thought they could guess the name of the song in. Well, Doesn't that sound exciting? It's coming back. Yes. Jane Krakowski is going to host it this time. And everybody's favorite dog. Yes. Randy Jackson, former American Idol.
Yeah.
He's going to be the band director. So he's going to be the guy playing however many notes you think you can name that song in.
That's cool.
So name that tune, guys. Name that tune.
I've actually think I've seen it once or twice before. Was Jeff Foxworthy a host? I have no idea. That's probably be smarter than a fifth grader or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. No, this is fetus Kathy Lee.
Ah,
she was barely out of her teens.
Yeah.
It was way old. But you might have seen it on Game Show Network. I think it was on there for a little bit.
Maybe. It sounds very familiar. Yeah, but good news, guys. Good news. COVID fucking sucks, but some people are triumphing over it.
Yes.
Latest being Richard Schiff. Everybody knows Glassy from The Good Doctor.
Yes.
He is home, and his wife picked him up from the hospital, so it's all good news from here.
Yes, super excited. Taking off the oxygen. I know we told you last week he had been hospitalized and was put on the oxygen and steroids and everything, but apparently off. Good to go. Back home. And so, or Toby from West Wing. Yeah. Glassy from Good Doctor, Toby from West Wing. You know who we're talking about.
Yeah.
But the fact that his wife picked him up is also good news because she was also had COVID and was recovering at home. So the fact that she was out picking him up. All good news. Glassy will be back.
Yes.
Sean won't have to be alone. It's okay. It's all right.
Oh, my goodness. Now, we teased it at the top of the show talking about it a little bit with Disney and Black Widow. Yes, guys, it is true. Wonder Woman is coming to HBO Max for free on Christmas Day. That's like a Christmas present from Bugs.
It is.
So I'm super pumped, man. I'm super freaking pumped. And I mean, like I said, this is a little bit more of a pricier streaming service. So I think they're like, okay, it makes sense. But they got a lot of good content. So I'm just happy that they're not doing that $30 bullshit.
Yeah, no, if you have HBO Max, you get it. I did read a little deeper, though, into it, and apparently it's only for a month. I don't know if you have to pay for it after that or whatever, but everybody's going to watch it in that first month.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. We did have Patty Jenkins' response. It's beep. Yeah, she was not fucking happy.
No.
She made this film for theaters, and she made that perfectly clear. In fact, she wants you to see it in theaters so bad, she is starting a little group and working out ways to help you rent out your local theater for just your family and friends so that you can be safe and still see the movie in the theaters.
You gonna pay for that, Patty?
I mean,
you gonna pay for that?
Seriously. That's how bad she wants you to see it in the theater.
Yeah. My thing, like I've said multiple times before, I would rather somebody just see my stuff than never see it. So, I mean, the future of the theaters is so unpredictable right now, so nobody knows when those are going to open back up, at least on a permanent basis, so it is what it is.
And we've got some news about that, too. Some deals going down with the theaters.
Which I think don't make sense right now.
No.
Why would you make this deal?
I mean, I don't know. Especially when we go into detail on this deal, it just sounds like it's the end of theaters.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, but we'll talk about it. It's crazy.
Yes, but, oh my gosh, a whole bunch of people are going to be excited about this one because Greg Berlanti is putting together something else, something amazing, of course. And it's another DC superhero show, I should say. Yes. Wonder Girl. Wonder Girl's coming to the CW.
Yes, and not the one you think.
Not
Donna Troy. Not the one that's on Titans. Not the one you're familiar with. This one's Yara Flor.
Yes.
Yes, she's Latina, and she is going to be the star. If you guys know, they've rebooted the comic books, like the Justice League and all of DC comic books. They've these new future versions of the characters. Well, the new Wonder Woman is Yara Flor.
Nice.
She's going to be the new Wonder Woman, but that's in the future kind of a thing, storyline that they're doing. So this is going to be like a prequel of when she's Wonder Girl before becoming Wonder Woman. So if you're reading the comic books, you're probably going to be like, well, wait a minute, isn't she Wonder Woman? Yes. But she was Wonder Girl first.
Yeah.
And so that's how that's going to go down. I'm excited about this. She'll be the first Latina or Latinx lead superhero character on television, so that's going to be fantastic.
That's huge.
I mean, Berlanti's already done it with Black Lightning and the gang. He's crossed so many barriers and done, broke so much ground with the superhero shows on the CW. So this is huge.
I would be super freaking happy if we could get a cameo from Gal. That would be just fucking epic. I mean when Ezra Miller popped up in Crisis, Infinite Worlds or whatever, that was badass. I mean, that
Yes.
showed it was all connected. So if Gal, Diana pop up, that'd be great.
Yeah, and no word yet on whether this is going to be like what Earth it's going to be on.
Yeah, exactly.
In the Arrowverse, will it be on Earth Prime where Supergirl and Flash and their whole little Justice League are, or will it be a separate? We don't know.
Yeah.
So we'll let you know when we know.
Yeah. Something that's kind of disappointing when it comes to the DC Arrowverse universe and the CW. They just announced today that they are canceling Black Lightning.
Yes.
It will end with the upcoming 4th season, which is supposed to premiere early next year. This move follows the network announcement last week that it is planning a spin-off series titled Painkiller, starring Jordan Calloway, who is a series regular on Black Lightning. He's going to reprise his role as his character, and of course it's going to... he's going to be more featured in the upcoming season of Black Lightning, so they can kind of set that up.
Yeah.
But it sucks, man. It sucks.
I mean, first Supergirl, now Black Lightning.
Yeah.
Okay, but what I'm not happy about is, don't get me wrong, I'm really happy about Wonder Girl. It sounds like it's going to be fantastic. I think it's going to be a great show. But you got that. Now you got another backdoor pilot from Black Lightning, right? Introducing another guy. Where the fuck is Green Arrow and the Canaries?
He's not going to let it go.
I'm watching Arrow again. I'm on that season, and I just got Catherine McNamara is so badass. I'm just saying, where the fuck is that spin? You don't give me all these other spin-offs before you give me Green Arrow and the Canaries. It's the fucking Arrowverse. Arrowverse. You need a Green Arrow. Okay, I'm done.
You can tell he's passionate about it, guys. You can tell he's passionate about it.
I'm just saying you can't have an Arrowverse without a Green Arrow.
It's true.
And she's a badass.
Yeah.
Don't have her come at you. I'm just saying.
She'll kill you.
There were some rumors, apparently. Somebody saw on Reddit that she said she didn't want to play it anymore.
Oh.
And was done with the role. And she quickly corrected that shit. She's
Yeah.
like, nope, not true. I'm aching to play her again. I would want nothing more.
Yeah.
Hello?
Just put it out
She
there.
wants nothing more. Just
Exactly.
give it to her. All right.
Oh, goodness. But other news happening over at HBO, Warner Media, all that good shit. James Gunn has confirmed this week that Sylvester Stallone has joined the cast of the new Suicide Squad.
Yes.
No idea what the fuck he's going to be playing, what role he's in. Of course, this is a follow-up to the 2016 film. Margot Robbie's coming back. Everybody knows that Idris Elba is going to be return. He wasn't in the first one. I don't know.
He was not.
Joel Kidman and, of course, Taika Waititi. They
Yes.
will also be in the new one.
Now, I heard a rumor, and this kind of makes sense to me. Remember when we were talking last week about the one actor that was playing both King Shark and the prison guard?
Yeah.
Okay, well, apparently, from what I understand, diving into this a little bit, he was the body guy for King Shark.
Oh.
On set. Much like, Sean Gunn does when he does all the body work or whatever. So he's playing the prison guard live action, and then he was the digital body guy for King Shark. So the rumor is that maybe Stallone is going to voice King Shark.
Ah.
Which, I mean, if you've seen King Shark, watch him on
That would make sense.
CW's Flash or whatever. I mean, he's half man, half shark. He's huge. Stallone would totally kick ass.
That would make sense.
Right? So I hope that rumor's true. That's just, it's a rumor. Don't hold us to that. But it would make total sense.
Yeah.
Plus, he said he was going in to do some work. He didn't say to go film stuff.
Yeah.
And we know most of Principal's already done.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, voice work would make sense.
It would.
Just saying.
I could see that. More stuff happening for HBO Max. Ava DuVernay and Roberto Pino's DMZ has landed a series order by HBO Max. The streamer has ordered 4 episodes of the limited series, and this is a futuristic drama set amid the Second American Civil War and is based on DC comic series that we've told you about a few weeks ago on the show. Everybody knows the stars are Rosario Dawson and Benjamin Bratt.
Yes.
So that's exciting, man. That's exciting.
And maybe way more real than what we want to admit.
Shit.
Second Civil War going on. I feel like that's accurate. Rosario, maybe Corey will show up. Cory Booker gonna be on it? I'm just saying, okay.
A cameo backdoor. so funny. Did you guys see? Did you guys see the Tom and Jerry trailer? Some people were not happy about it. Some people were not happy about it. They can voice their opinions. But I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. I just think this is kind of like a Warner Media Who Framed Roger Rabbit type thing. Because I mean, it's live action mixed with the animation.
Yeah.
Which I can imagine that's probably really hard to act against.
Yeah, I mean,
honest.
so I was kind of more hoping for the CGI thing, like they did with Scooby-Doo and Garfield. I was kind of hoping they'd go that route, but they did not. It's 2D animation and then real world, and I was not a fan.
Yeah.
I just did not like the trailer. I thought it was kind of, I don't know.
Well, I mean, we're probably going to be able to watch it on HBO Max, so I mean,
there you go. I mean, let's
try it out for free. I'm pretty excited about it though because I really like Chloe Grace Moretz.
I do too.
She's like a really far up and comer, so I'm excited to see what she does in the role, trying to basically exterminate Jerry.
Yeah,
because she just they're basically set in a hotel. Tom and Jerry part ways, if you haven't seen the trailer, and then they meet back up because Jerry's staying at a hotel, and Tom's brought in to take care of the rodent problem.
Yes, and it's Michael Pena, and
yeah.
so I mean, I like everybody involved, and I love Tom and Jerry. I didn't like the trailer. Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the movie will be funny.
Yeah. Have you checked out Scoob yet?
I have not. I need to. I know.
It's good.
You have yours that you haven't seen. I have mine.
I
Blue Falcon. I haven't. Blue Falcon and Dynamite are in it, and I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
I feel so bad. I'm ashamed.
So good, man. So good. This next one kind of took me by surprise, but I mean, not really you because he kind of does it whenever he wants.
Yeah.
Warner Media announced this week that Conan O'Brien will end his self-titled TBS late night show Conan in June of 2021, finishing his 11-year run for O'Brien on the cable networks, But his travel specials, Conan Without Borders, will continue to air on TBS going forward. But you can still watch him because he's going to have a new weekly variety series on HBO Max. This is the new thing. I mean, a lot of streaming services are having their own like late night kind of shows that are entertaining and that interview guests. I mean, David Letterman's is kind of like that. It's still an interview type show, and so I mean, I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if you see more of this.
Yeah. No, and look, guys, he's been doing it for a really long time. I know it's 11 years at TBS, but did you know, and I did not know this, he's currently the longest tenured late night host. He's been hosting a late night talk show for 28 years since he did, the late show. I mean, the late night with Conan O'Brien. And then, of course, he did the Tonight Show for like half a second. To TBS. But yeah, 28 consecutive years he's been hosting a late night talk show. So, that's a long time. So, he's ready to do something else.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Makes sense.
I'm a huge Conan fan, so I wish him all kinds of success. I hope it's going to be great.
Yeah. And like we teased at the top of the show, Warner Media and Roku are nearing that deal to bring the app to the Roku devices. Hopefully, they're saying that this negotiation will be completed by the end of 2020. So, just like a month and a half away. Super excited about that, and definitely helped with my stocks. Definitely bought a whole bunch of Roku stocks, and it's been up like a 10% tick. So.
Well, yeah, because people don't realize Roku is the biggest, facilitator for the streaming services.
Yeah.
They did make a deal with another company, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but this one's like 16, 17.
This is the big one.
This is the big one that will get the most people to be able to see HBO Max. Yeah. So the fact that this is the last one to get done is surprising.
Well, and especially when you have Roku's literally built into TVs now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is kind of weird. I think Roku probably backtracked a little bit when they saw or when they heard the insider scoop of Wonder Woman coming to HBO Max. They were probably like, shit, we need to have this for Christmas. So,
yeah. I mean, it all comes down to them fighting over money. Like,
always.
Roku wanting this much to show HBO Max, and HBO going, nah, we're only willing to give you this much.
Yeah.
But, it only makes sense to do it. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's hope this happens. Because I'm one of those people that has to watch it on my fucking tablet or my phone or something because my Roku TV doesn't have it.
Yeah, lucky enough to have an Xbox One.
That's true.
CBS, Viacom CBS, the original Scream.
You almost had
Almost. The original Scream writer Kevin Williamson revealed this week that a new reboot/sequel has wrapped production after a 3-month shoot in Wilmington, North Carolina, amid the ongoing coronavirus. So this is super exciting. And the film is going to be titled Scream. Like, it's after, like, I mean, whatever.
He's long said the whole time they were making this thing that it was an homage to the original film and Wes Craven. So it would only make sense that he would name it the same exact thing as the first film.
Yeah.
Confusing for everybody, but have you seen Scream? Which one?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
But they did this one really fast, so kudos to them for knocking this shit out. Like, I'm honestly surprised.
Yeah, and they brought in all kinds of people. The cast was,
yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, Paramount is making some risque choices because Michael B. Jordan is a guy you can bank on right now. But they have removed his spy thriller Without Remorse from the release schedule. Now, rumor has it that Paramount is finalizing a deal with Amazon Studios to show this film on Prime, which I wouldn't be surprised about because Paramount has done this a lot with a lot of their films. So.
Yeah, and they've been making some pretty good money.
They have.
No doubt Amazon will pay a shit ton for it. So, I mean, this makes sense.
Agreed.
It sounds like a kick-ass story, too.
Yeah.
I mean, Jordan's going to play a Navy SEAL. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's going to be good.
Yeah, exactly.
He avenges his wife's murder and gets involved in a larger conspiracy. Jamie Bell is also starring in it, so that's going to be badass.
Yeah.
That reunites them from their awful Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this one will be much better. It'll be
Oh, my goodness. Well, that wasn't the only change to Paramount's 2021 release calendar. The studio also announced that the action sci-fi film Micronauts, previously scheduled for June 4th of 2021, is now pulled.
Yes.
It's completely gone. Nobody knows what's going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if that one ends up on Amazon Prime as well.
Yep.
And the untitled Lee Daniels Billie Holiday film has shifted its release date from February 12th to February 26th of 2021. So, I mean, a little movement with that one, but hopefully you'll still be able to see it if theaters open back up, which who the fuck knows.
Exactly. I know you're disappointed about Micronauts. It's okay. You can find the cartoon somewhere.
Yeah.
Just go find it.
Yeah. I have no idea what it is.
I know.
I have no idea what it is.
You saw the damn throwback picture. You know he's a youngin'.
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
You know. But, I mean, of course, everybody wants to be a gigolo.
Yeah, an American gigolo.
An American
That's
gigolo.
the only one. And you don't. I'm sure you didn't see the original.
I didn't.
Richard Gere.
No idea.
No. But I'm super excited about this reboot. I know we all hate reboots. I know it's all constantly, but it's John Bernthal.
It's true.
It's my man Johnny Bernthal.
Yeah.
So this is going to be exciting. So and now he has his female lead, Gretchen Mol from Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah.
She's going to be the female lead opposite Johnny in American Gigolo.
She's a great actor.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And you guys remember it was Richard Gere and Lauren Hutton back in the day in the original movie. This is going to be an upgraded. It's same storyline. They're playing the same characters as the characters from the original movie, but it's going to be set.
So is John going to be a prostitute?
He is.
That's what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
And Richard Gere was a prostitute.
Yes.
Richard Gere is too pretty to be a prostitute.
He was.
Like, I mean, I feel like John has that rugged, like, I don't have any money, so I'm going to have to sell my butt.
Richard Gere indeed did play Julian, and he was a male prostitute.
Yeah. And how does that work? Are you a prostitute for guys or are you a prostitute for girls?
No,
or both?
It's for women.
Okay.
It's for women.
Yeah. But I mean, if it is truly an updated version, it would be for both.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, that's true, too.
Yeah.
And I'm not crossing Bernthal.
I
mean, just
fuck
whatever
you up.
Bernthal wants, Bernthal gets. That's all I'm saying. He will be playing Julian, though. He's introduced 18 years after he's been arrested for murder. And he's struggling to find his footing in the Los Angeles sex industry while seeking truth about the setup that sent him to prison all those years ago. And he's on a mission to reconnect with his one true love.
Listen, babe, you got that STD from me because I'm
right.
an American gigolo.
I mean, I just... Yeah, I mean, you saw what he does in prison.
Yeah.
That's like the Punisher. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I love Bernthal, though.
Yeah.
All kidding aside, he's going to nail this role. I think it's going to be epic. I mean, this guy is like one of the most underrated performers, in my opinion. I think
Agreed.
he
He's
just
more
kills
than
it.
just that action star, too. I mean, if you haven't seen Ford versus Ferrari, holy shit.
Yes,
Go check
he
that out.
steals every scene he's in,
Yeah.
man. He's fantastic. I mean, just...
Definitely.
Sybil Shepherd.
There it is.
Do you know who Sybil Shepherd is?
Nope.
Peter Bogdanovich, you guys know, filmmaker. If you've been watching our teasers for our upcoming series, Peter Bogdanovich was a huge filmmaker in the 70s, the new age of Hollywood. Well, this was his muse, if you will, Sybil Shepherd. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Anyway, she set the star opposite Saturday Night Live alum Vanessa Bayer in Showtime's I Love This For You. It's a comedy pilot created by Bayer, and apparently it's based somewhat on her own past.
Oh, shit.
She's going to play a character who survived childhood leukemia to fulfill a lifelong dream of becoming a home shopping host.
Yeah.
Shepherd, Sybil, you don't remember her from Moonlighting with Bruce Willis?
Nope.
No. Okay.
No.
All right. Anyway, Shepherd is going to play Patricia Kunkin, the icy and enigmatic CEO of the Home Shopping Network, where she'll work.
And she'll be great.
So, she's a great bitch. No, seriously, talk about Moonlighting. You know, it was a private investigating company or whatever that she owned, and she was like a mega bitch to Bruce Willis. It was like that's her thing. It worked. Anyway.
Yeah, good stuff, man.
Oh, this is all you.
Of course, and other good stuff happening. Friends will be returning to Nick at Night. I know a lot of people have missed it. The Nickelodeon has renewed the hit-winning Emmy sitcom from Warner Brothers. Television has been missing it at its nighttime. The Great Agreement is a part of a multi-year, multi-series deal that includes several renews of the top-rated syndicated series from Warner Brothers Television that airs all across Viacom CBS. And they're also working in Young Sheldon. Young Sheldon is also going to be worked into Nick at Night. And that's scheduled to begin Monday, November 30th. So just like 10 days away.
Yes.
So, fun stuff, man. I haven't checked out any of Young Sheldon. I heard it's okay.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that. But Nick at Night, I was a huge Nick at Night fan back in the day. But it's clearly making the transition because when I watched Nick at Night, it was like the Mary Tyler Moore show and the Dick Van Dyke show and all these old black and white TV shows from back in the day. And now it's clearly making the transition into
early 2000s.
Yeah. So
Boy Meets World, that type of shit.
Exactly.
90s.
But Nick at Night is still Nick at Night, and it's badass.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys don't check it out, you should.
I mean, they just decided to go with the best decade. So, I mean, yeah. I mean,
whatever.
I'm just saying.
Are you knocking Mary Tyler Moore?
No.
Are you knocking Dick Van Dyke?
No, Mary Tyler Moore and Dick Van Dyke are amazing, but the 90s are better.
I have walked past and heard you watching the Mary Tyler Moore show, man. That's all I'm saying. You can't hide that.
I can't.
Hold on.
I'm throwing my hand up or my hat up.
I threw my hand up. Nope.
Don't call it.
No, did you?
Don't
no,
call
I'm
it.
not even gonna like.
Okay,
did you
good.
see that video with Miley Cyrus and Dua Lipa though?
No, I did not. Yeah.
Check it out.
Oh goodness.
Now, if you know what that is?
What is
That's
that?
the sound of another nail in the coffin for the theaters.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah. This is what we were talking about a little bit earlier. NBC Universal and Cinemark Theaters have reached a deal that guarantees that Universal and Focus Features theatrical releases will remain in theaters at least 17 days before going to video on demand. That is less than a month.
Yeah, this thing used to be like minimum 3 months.
Yeah.
Used to be back in the day, a year before it could show up on TV or any kind of a stream. 17 days.
That it could still be playing in the theaters while you can buy it at Walmart.
Exactly. And this is the most ridiculous part. The only way that it can not go on to streamers after those 17 days is if it's opening weekend, it makes $50 million or more. What the fuck filming this time during COVID has made $50 million on the opening weekend?
Exactly.
They haven't made $50 million the whole run.
Yikes.
So, I mean, you know this is all but guaranteeing that after 17 days, it's going to streamers.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is real. The theaters are already asking for a bailout from the government. So, I mean, this is not going to help at all. Like, this is going to be so bad.
Yeah.
And I don't think the movie theaters are going to recover at all, at least the multiplexes, like we've talked about multiple times before. And if the 1 or 2 screens come back, it's going to be at least 5 years from now.
Exactly.
It's so crazy. The time we're living in is so freaking crazy. Like, and it's insane to think about that, like, 2 years ago, Endgame, like, 356 million or whatever fucking broke on the weekend, broke the weekend box office score. And now this is where we're at theatrically.
Yeah, and this is on top of, remember, they already made this very similar type deal with AMC.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess the only good side for the theaters is that they get to participate in profits from the streamers. Like, if they do charge the premium price for it, the $30 or whatever, the theaters get a piece of that. But still, I don't know, man. I think that it's looking bad for theaters.
Yeah, agreed. Oh, guys, one of our favorite shows is On the Move. Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist, whose first season was playing on Sunday nights. It's now moving to Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and it will now serve as a lead-in to NBC's flashbang drama, This Is Us. Yeah. I think these two back-to-back is going to be just brilliant.
Get your tissues ready, though.
Seriously.
Can you watch Zoe's and This Is Us back-to-back? You're going to go through a box of Kleenex in a week, man. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm excited, though. That's fantastic.
Yeah, agreed, man. Agreed. NBC has also firmed up the rest of its January lineup and has set premiere dates for the new Tina Fey, Robert Carlock comedy series, Mr. Mayor, starring Ted Danson. Yes. Mr. Mayor will take over the 8 p.m. anchor slot in the NBC Thursdays comedy block, starting on January 7th after the new year comes, with Superstore sliding into 8:30, and Ellen's Game of Games will once again serve as a bridge between the two cycles of The Voice, but instead of Tuesday, it will be filling in for The Voice on Monday. NBC will continue to keep New Amsterdam's slot warm with another imported medical drama, Nurses. Yes. Which is set to succeed a transplant in Wednesday, being 10 p.m. slot. Missing the lineup, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which had scrapped the original plans for its upcoming season and started to scratch the following the George Floyd protests when all of the, cop dramas and reality TV about police officers get canned.
Yeah, so we don't know when that's going to reappear or if it'll reappear. I just love the insert medical drama here.
Yeah, right.
It's like if it's not Amsterdam, it's Nurses. If it's not Nurses, it's the transplant. It's like just insert. Whatever.
I mean, got them locked and loaded.
Yeah.
Speaking of Deadpool, we talked a little bit about it earlier. Zazie Beetz, Heroes star Mazi Aka, and Man of Steel star Michael Shannon, and Hunter star Logan Lerman will join Brad Pitt in Sony's upcoming action movie Bullet Train. Everybody knows Joey King's already a part of this. Aaron Taylor Johnson. So many others, guys. This is going to be a star-studded thing.
This is a huge cast.
Yeah.
I mean, these are all phenomenally talented people, and we still don't know anything about what the movie is about.
No idea.
No idea. I'm imagining the script has got to be pretty fucking epic because they keep attaching some major A-listers to this film. But we still don't know what it's about. Yeah. So I'm excited for it, though.
Right.
I'm excited for a film I know nothing about, but we'll see.
Sony has a lot of stuff to talk about this week.
Yes.
Will Gluck will produce Motherfucker.
Yes.
A multi-generational romantic comedy based on a true story for Sony Pictures. His company, Olive Bridge Entertainment, has a first-look deal with the studio. The plot is being kept under wraps at the moment, but Will directed the box office hit Peter Rabbit, everybody knows it, with James Corden, and recently wrapped production on the film sequel, the second one, The Runway, which Sony Pictures will be releasing in theaters, hopefully, in January of 2021, January 15th, 2021.
That's interesting. I mean, when I think of a show called Motherfucker, I naturally think, we need the guy that directed Peter Rabbit.
Yeah, right. Very, very weird.
What? But there it is. Okay, Sony. All right.
Yeah. I mean, MGM's doing some stuff, too.
Yep. Da-dum. Ba-dum. 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 Ba-dum.
I'm honestly surprised by this. See, are you going to be mad if this one's also 2D and live action at the same time?
Yeah. Could you name that tune though? Like, I mean, see, that would have been a good name. That tune, the Pink Panther theme song.
I could have.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have thought of Steve Martin and not like the actual.
Yeah, that's true. They had the remake there, but of course we're talking about the Pink Panther. Apparently, MGM is set to do a new live action CGI/hybrid of the Pink Panther, which is MGM's longest running series. I had no idea. I did not know that comedy franchise. Remember, it started off way back in the day with Blake Edwards and Julie Andrews as a live action franchise, Inspector Clouseau, which spawned the cartoon, the beloved Pink Panther, which you guys know probably from your fiberglass insulation, because he's the logo for that. Yeah. I'm just trying to think of the young people, man. Where do we know Pink Panther? He's that fiberglass insulation guy. Yeah, but I'm excited for it, though. I've always been a fan of the Pink Panther, and both the live action and so this is exciting. Yeah. But I will be disappointed if it's like not CGI.
I mean, you know. Zachary Levi is doing some stuff with Lionsgate at the moment. Of course, he's not only Shazam or popping up in Marvelous Miss Maisel. He is attached to star in Lionsgate inspirational family drama, The Unbreakable Boy. Jacob Lovell has landed the title role of Austin. Levi will portray the father of Austin, a boy with both a rare brittle bone disease and autism. So I can only imagine. But what makes Austin truly unique is his joyous, funny, life-affirming worldview that transforms and unifies everyone around him. I love that. That's great family, feel-good shit.
Absolutely.
Because you need that.
You do need that right now, especially now. Exactly. You know what we're not getting?
What's that?
Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
We're not getting Tomb Raider.
No.
That's not going to happen, but Alicia I can't even say her name. Vikander? Mm-hmm. Is it Vikander?
I have no idea.
Think that's it. Dial M for Murder.
Yeah.
She's doing that for MGM with Boardwalk Empire and Sopranos alum Terrence Winter.
Yeah.
So that should be good. I mean, Dial M for Murder, I liked the series. I thought the book series was decent. So and I like her. So I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Where are we at? Netflix?
Netflix. They have set an award season launch of February 5th with Sam Livingston's drama Malcolm and Marie. And this one's starring John David Washington and Zendaya.
Yeah. Is this any surprise that they were going to push hard for the Oscars?
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as you saw that little teaser trailer and those pictures of the two of them together, you knew this was an Oscar contender. Yeah. Come on.
Super excited about that one, to be honest.
They bought it for $30 million.
I know.
I mean, they're spending that money.
Still.
And they'll probably spend that much pushing it for an Oscar.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if we're being honest about it, right?
Oh, my goodness. Robert Englund, the horror icon that originated the role of Freddy Krueger in 1984's Nightmare on Elm Street, is joining the cast of upcoming season of Stranger Things. He will be playing a man named Victor Creel, who is imprisoned in a psychiatric hospital for a terrible murder in the 1950s.
Oh.
Yeah.
This makes total sense.
Intense.
I mean, Stranger Things is a love fest for the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
So, of course, it makes sense to have Freddy Krueger there.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's an epic casting decision right there.
Exactly.
Well done.
Definitely. Well, finally, Barack and Michelle Obama's are producing some things. They are partnering with Adam Conover and his teamed up with their Higher Ground Productions on a new sketch comedy series for Netflix, The G Word with Adam Conover. It will go inside the machine of the government and introduce viewers to civil servants who make it work. It will ask whether the government is a dirty word or a trusted institution. That's great. The comedy series, which will be a mix with documentary events, will start production in early 2021.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And good, because I think we need a political, show that's looked at from a comedic point of view right now.
Yeah.
Because, I feel like sometimes comedy is the best way to get your message across. So,
Agreed.
We'll see.
Definitely.
Congrats to the Obamas, though.
Yeah. Judd Apatow is also doing some stuff with Netflix.
Yes.
He is developing a pandemic comedy, and it's set around like a group of actors and actresses stuck inside of a bubble at a hotel attempting to complete a film. And the fun stuff about this is it's going to be co-written by the South Park writer Pam Brady, so that's going to be hilarious. I'm super pumped about that one. I can imagine this is probably going to be like a self-titled project. It doesn't say whether it's a movie or television. If it's a television show, I'm betting like a limited series.
Oh, yeah, without doubt.
Space Force. Space Force was hugely popular for Netflix, so it's getting its second season. That's super exciting. Everybody's coming back. Production for season 2 is currently slated in Vancouver for 2021. And, of course, everybody knows it was inspired by Trump's proposal for the 6th branch of the military Space Force. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know what? A lot of people don't realize that Tawny Newsome is on that show.
Yeah.
She's on Star Trek Lower Decks.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the star of that. And she's fantastic.
She is fantastic.
She's like really awesome. So she's in 2 space shows.
Yeah.
2 space shows. Check
Boom. Right
just
there.
a little knowledge. Just throwing that out there for your next Jeopardy question or whatever.
Netflix's horror drama series, The Order, which is hugely popular right now, is not returning for its 3rd season, which freaking sucks. Dennis Heaton, the creator, writer, executive producer of the series, confirmed the cancellation via Twitter this week. I know a lot of people are upset about it because, it was even the top trending show there for a while on our IMDb Pro top trending segment. So
it's true.
It kind of sucks.
I'm confused by it because we just said on last week's show that Netflix said we don't cancel shows more often than anybody else.
It's like you fucking
Are you sure? Because you just canceled another one. Just saying.
Exactly. Amazon got the job done. Okay,
they did.
Really did.
They did.
They finally came to that deal with HBO Max, and you can now watch it on Amazon Fire TV devices. So that's super exciting. And like we said earlier, that Roku deal is coming soon. So yeah, man, super exciting. And what's also exciting, we all talked about a couple weeks ago that Amazon got the rights to Coming to America 2. Coming to America. And it's going to be released on March 5th of 2021. It was originally dated for December 18th for a theatrical release, but at least it's going to be seen.
Yeah, finally we know when it's going to be seen because, it was completed when they bought it. So everybody was wondering when the hell are we going to see it, but now we know.
Now we know.
And it's not that far away. So,
Exactly.
This next one I just love because I love Snoop.
Right.
Snoop Dogg is the man. So, and when you think Snoop Dogg, you think animation. You think cartoons.
Yes.
Right? So Snoop Dogg is set to voice and executive produce Oaklandia. I bet you can tell where it's based at.
Right.
Oakland, maybe.
Right.
Maybe. An animated comedy for Amazon with Vince Vaughn executive producing.
He's doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes.
He really is, and I can only imagine the behind-the-scenes shenanigans with Snoop Dogg and Vince Vaughn.
Oh, so funny.
You know that shit's got to be going down there, so that's exciting.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one. Simon Kinberg's genre films and Amazon Studios have partnered to develop the illustrated novella DNA, Death Notification Agency.
Yes.
And this is a genre-blending thrill ride set in a world where people are informed of their death 24 hours in advance by an organization known as the Death Notification Agency. That's super fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
It follows an ex-detective process server who, after being informed of his own death, goes on the run across the dystopian United States to uncover a larger conspiracy.
Now I'm never going to answer the spam risks.
Never.
It could be them telling me that's your 24-hour, death notice.
That's what it is.
Screw that. I'm excited, though. For anybody who doesn't know Simon, he's the longtime producer and guy behind all the X-Men movies, the X-Men franchise. So I think this is going to be pretty good. Congrats to him, man.
Definitely. I know you're excited about this next one. Apple doing some great things. In addition to streaming on Apple TV, a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving and a Charlie Brown Christmas will be aired ad-free on PBS PBS and PBS Kids on Sunday, November 22nd, and Sunday, December 13th, respectfully. Charlie Brown's Thanksgiving will start streaming on Apple TV November 18th, and it will be a special to be available for free from November 25th through November 27th, and the Christmas version, Charlie Brown Christmas, will stream on Apple TV on December 4th and be available for free on December from December 11th through the 13th.
You know why I'm excited most about this, though? Because for the longest time, you couldn't watch your holiday shows on the holiday. They would air the fucking Christmas special at the beginning, like December 2nd.
Yeah.
Or Thanksgiving. I watched a Charlie Brown, the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, on Halloween.
Yeah.
It was so nice to be able to actually watch it on Halloween. Now you can watch a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving, or Charlie Brown Christmas on Christmas. Thank you, Apple.
So good.
Thank you, Apple.
Thank you.
That's all I'm saying. As an old school, old guy who watches them on the day. Thank you, Apple.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my good. Swan Song is freaking going to be huge. I'm so super pumped about it. It just added Glenn Close to its ensemble cast. Now, let's remind everyone who's already attached to this thing. Oscar winner Mashallah Ali, Awkwafina, Naomi Harris, oh my goodness, and so many more. The film is described as a genre-blending drama set in the near future that explores how far someone will go and how much they will sacrifice to make a happier life for the people they love.
Now, does this take place in the same universe where you get that phone call
That's
that you're about to die?
That's a great question. Maybe they're building the universe.
Right? It's genre-bending. It's set in the future. I'm just saying. Don't answer the phone. How far will you go to make people happy? Take away their phone because it might be that death call. You don't
right?
know. I'm just
so crazy. Apple has also secured the rights to Tetris, the movie. Yeah, one of my favorite games. Both simple. The story is of the groundbreaking video game. Has Taron Egerton starring and Stan and Ollie filmmaker John S. Bird directing. So yeah, super exciting. Egerton is going to be playing Henk Rogers, a Dutch video game designer who secured the rights to distribute Tetris on consoles where it found popularity. So I'm super excited about that.
I was going to ask. I was like, is this going to be a movie about the game itself, but no, it's going to be like about the creator of the game.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun stuff, man. Fun stuff. A lot of good stuff, man. A lot of good stuff that broke in Hollywood this week. Like we always say, if it's going down in Hollywood, we are talking about it.
It's true.
So you can find it here on Inside the Crazy Ant Farm. But now it is time for our guest segment. We got the one and only DaJuan Johnson coming on the show to talk about so much stuff, guys.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Do you want a little piece of behind-the-scenes action from Grey's Anatomy? He's got it.
Right there.
He might have a story for you,
Yeah.
and it involves a stick.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yeah. Be warned. Be warned.
It's not just Bosch!
Yeah, exactly. Be warned, guys. Be warned. It's so good. The up-and-comers are going to love this one. Definitely get your notebooks out. Take some notes because you're going to need them. You're going to need them. Well, here he is.
DaJuan Johnson, welcome inside the Crazy Ant Farm. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. How about yourself? You guys sound so pumped.
Oh, dude, we're always pumped, man. We're crazy. It's in the name, dude.
I mean, you know. I mean, we're going to get a little crazy. We're going to talk about your career, your life, what you got going on during this crazy pandemic. Because, I mean, everybody's got to stay busy, right?
That's right.
A lot of drinking. Am I allowed to say that?
Hell yeah, we had margarita night last night, man. We know, we feel you. It's wine every night for sure.
Yeah, quarantinis. Get a little quarantinis
right,
in there,
man.
like, you know.
Woo.
So
I feel
good.
like I'm on at the wrong time. Did you guys have it during the taping? Like I should have been on during margarita night.
Well, we're gonna have to have you back.
Yeah, that's
on.
next time.
That's right.
That's next time.
Done.
Well, listen, what we like to do to start off is kind of do a little introduction for the listeners who may not be familiar with you. We have a ton of fans. We said Bosch, they were like jonesing for, so we know they know you from there. But how did you get started in the industry, man? Was it something that you kind of always knew from an early age, I'm going to be in this? Or was it something you kind of fell into? Or how'd that come about, man?
Well, if you have this conversation with my mother, she'll say that I've been causing a scene from 8 or something like that. And that I was always going to be an actor. But No, I set out to be an actor when I was supposedly going to college, and my mom was like, no, you want to be a lawyer. I was like, right. I was like, you're right. I want to be a lawyer. And then I got in all the criminology classes, and I was like, no, I don't want to read books.
But I will play one on TV. I mean,
I will play one.
Let's compromise.
Yeah, let's compromise. But so I've been doing it for a while, and my first thing was 8th grade. I had a Wizard of Oz and all that stuff like that. And I probably can say this with no disrespect to anybody listening to this. I am one of those unicorn people that really set out to be an actor from an early age and went to college for it, and is actually using my degree like right now. You know what I mean? Instead of like my other degree, people who don't. But I've been doing it for a while.
That's fantastic. Now, you're from Miami, right?
Hey, that's what I'm going to claim. I claim Miami.
All right, fair enough. So you started there, and then you kind of made the transition, or was it like, what age did you jump out to LA?
Great. Yeah, so this is going to make me sound like a mama's boy for a while, but I went to college. I went to undergrad and at 18, and at 21 you graduate, and I was going to go out to LA, and my mom was like, no, go get your graduate degree and something totally different. And I was like, all right. So I went to Colorado for 2 years and totally something, in higher education. And then I came out to LA when I was about 24. I've been out here for, sorry, it must be a bad connection. We didn't hear that.
Sorry, bro, you ain't as old as I am. You're good, man. You're good.
I think the call dropped a little bit.
And ain't nothing wrong with being a mama's boy. You always do what your mom tells you to do. That's a good man.
You do. I do. Yeah.
So I got to tell you, like one of the things that we found, like you have been a steady working actor. It seems like for a very long time. Did you find early success going out to LA, or what was your process there? Because you have been one of the rare ones who is consistently working, which is not always the case.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I want to be clear that I know that a lot of people aren't. Like, there's so many people that come out to LA with those dreams, or New York or Chicago or Atlanta, and don't have that success. I think one of the things that I've just been doing that has been working for me is really putting my nose to the ground, but like taking all the feedback and the stuff that really works for me and putting that to play, and making some decisions there, building on top of that, instead of just like listening to everyone and take everybody's advice. No, I'll take a little bit there and I'll make that, build that, and keep moving in those directions. And I don't have a problem being typecast, by the way. You'll see from my resume, I play a lot of I used to play a lot of police officers, a detective, a boss, a lot of those. But the thing is, you just tweak it. So every time you accept one of those, you make sure that it's bigger than the next. You make sure that it's like, I'm not going to just do your like police officer number 2 anymore. You know what I mean? Right. So I get to build on that, and it's just been one of those things. And I don't want to like tell anybody that it's only luck, right? Because it isn't only luck. It's been a lot of preparation. It's been 1,001 no's. It's been a lot of. Can we talk about crying? Is that going to be all right?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
It's been a lot of tears, but it's also been some great successes. And if I can just share one more thing, the big thing that I've learned, that when you have success, when you have a piece of something, making sure that you don't rest on that, but you turn that into something else, right? So when I get on a show, I'm not afraid to tell people I'm on a show, right? Or I'm not gonna send information to directors or producers or writers and letting them know that I'm on a show. And too often, I think a lot of my fellow actors, they want to, be discovered in that area. No. You can't be a secret and be a success.
Right.
That's just it.
Exactly.
That's a t-shirt.
You got to put yourself out there. We've had multiple guests on the show that you talk about, you are your own brand. You got to put yourself out there. And something I wanted to kind of transition into, I want to talk about how important it is to find the right representation. Because I feel like a lot of time in Hollywood, sometimes you'll come across some shady people that say they want to represent you and say that they'll get you like, the next big role role, but then like get you nowhere. So how important is finding that right representation for yourself?
Before I answer that, I feel like you've had a little bit of the sore spot with this area. Should we talk about that?
I've just heard stories.
Okay.
Yeah, we're friends with some seriously talented people who just feel like they should be a bit further along than they are, and maybe aren't getting the due process. You know?
Yeah. Yes. One of the things really in this industry is like some of the most talented people can't get arrested. Right? Can't buy an agent or a manager. I see it all the time. And I think, some of that, I don't know even what to think about that, but finding and not settling for representation that is just okay is really, really, really key. But understanding that sometimes when you get with somebody, knowing that isn't your forever person. So, actors we're so loyal. We're so like, if I get somebody, I'm so thankful to be with you.
Right.
I'm just going to stay here instead of like, you know what, this isn't working.
Right.
So it might be time to move, or, oh, this is just going to be for a little bit. I see I've hit this ceiling. Let's keep moving. And I've moved so many times with people, or I've been with agents or managers too long. And I've learned this lesson, and it's just been like, okay, we got to go. What's in the good for you and your career? And we don't think that way because it's a business.
Right.
It's a business.
That's absolutely it. And I think so many people forget the business side to it. And I think, the people are as important as the skill. You're always working on your craft. You're always trying to improve your skill, build your skill, but you've got to do the same thing with the people. You've got to grow and expand and elevate and go to the next plateau. And I mean, I like what you said. I feel like a lot of times people are so loyal that they forget that they have to keep moving. They have to keep growing. And so, yeah, that's great advice right off.
Just remembering that also that this, and probably any other business out there, but this is a business built on relationships and referrals, right? And so, to keep moving, to keep building those people, those relationships, and like you're saying, is so key. And, I've been out here for a bit, so I get to see this from a different thing. And I always tell, this isn't the sexy fan part. So if anybody's a fan of Bosch, this is all the behind the scenes stuff that so don't take me at that. But like, just as a working actor, I think what my actor people, we need to remember is there are two hats we wear. We wear a business hat and we wear an actor hat. And the worst thing you can do is get confused when those two are supposed to be on, right?
Absolutely.
And so, and any probably other business too. This is my business.
So true, though, man, and I love that. And don't worry about it, man. We have so many listeners on our show that are trying to break into the industry, up and comers, or who are in the industry and just getting started. So we love the real, raw advice, and like, here's the real game, and here's how it's really going on. And I want to talk to you too, because you brought up, rejection, the amount of no's that you get, because it is very much an industry. As much as it is relationships and networking, it's also a relationship built wholly on rejection. And the crying, so let's talk about that and the importance of surrounding yourself with a group of people and looking out and making sure that your mental health is there, because I feel like it's so important, especially when you're going through things like we are now with COVID and all these crazy things going on. Your mental health and taking care of yourself, that's got to be a priority, right?
Well, very early on, I had an acting teacher tell me something that just stuck with me, that you cannot get your self-worth wrapped up in an audition or wrapped up in not getting a part or getting a part. And I think from early on, I've been working hard at it. Sometimes it's really, 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 I can say it as many times as I can, really hard to to differentiate the two, between like them saying no to the you as an actor audition and me as DaJuan, right? Because they're so wrapped up in each other. But it's really, really important to make sure your self-worth and who you are not get wrapped up in that no. And I do a lot of self-care, a lot of the people who are my tribe of people that I hang around that boost me up, that keep me going, are the people I went to theater school with, my college people. So I have a group of people that we came out here from University of Florida. Go Gators! I
Oh.
want to make sure I say that.
Yes.
Go Gators! We are the ones that, like, when this doesn't seem like it's working, we can boo-hoo behind each other. For each other, and your family, and that's really, really important. And you know what? I just want to say something else, Dustin and Logan, that's on my heart. Everybody out there, don't be fooled by something. If you see my resume on IMDb, or if you see me on social media, you see all the stuff that's strung together that looks like I'm working all the time. Like, it looks like I am working all the time, but like, if you see me now, I'm on Bosch, and I haven't worked since last week. Right. You know what I mean? And then I'll shoot tomorrow, but then I won't work again in 2 weeks. But when you see it strung together, it looks like I've been working a lot, and I have. And I don't want to discredit that, because I have. Thank you. But I just also want to say that there is a bit of smoke and mirrors that happens out here. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Right, and definitely. I mean, you brought it up. Social media. I feel like social media can be a huge smoke and mirrors. Like, it's kind of at the point now to where perception is reality. You post a picture, like maybe you were on set for one day, but you post like 3 pictures in 3 consecutive days. It looks like you're working like every single day. So, what do you think about social media?
Guilty.
See? Yeah, we do the same thing. We do the exact same thing. But what do you think about social media? Do you think it's a good tool to have as an actor right now?
I think it's every actor out there that is shying away from social media. It is just like you saying you have a black and white headshot still.
Right.
So that is off the table in a conversation we should not be having anymore. Social media is like making quantum leaps for people's careers. Right. And so you can get in that, or you could be off to the side and be upset about it. Right. And so, but you just have to take it for what it is. It is a vehicle for people's career. It is a vehicle for just all that other stuff. And I understand it. And you hit it right on the head when you said, like, I take a bunch of pictures, but I can put them out like, day 1, day 3, day 4, like whatever, and just take it like with a grain of salt. But my social media is not per se for actors. Right. My social media is for my fans, to let them in on my life, a little bit of my life, and also for anybody else who's going to hire DaJuan. Directors, writers, producers, showrunners, like, that's what my social media is really for, so that you can see, great, I can hire this person. I want to work with this person. As, another actor, you're looking at that, you might think like, gosh, I want to be this that's working all the time. But that might not be the case. I just want to be transparent about that, because that'll break me if I see DaJuan always working, and why am I not? No.
Right.
It's like, listen, this is how it really is, and this is how it shows. But yeah, I completely agree with you, especially for producers and casting directors who are trying to get a feel for like who you are and what kind of roles you can play. They can just go on your Instagram, and some people put like whole self-tapes on their Instagram, so it helps the casting director and producer like get a better feel for who you are as a person and for who you are as an actor.
Yes. And different parts of your career, you will do different things on your social media. Right. If that makes sense. And so, like, I'm in this season right now on my Instagram where it's not so much about me working, right? Because this is real behind the scenes, guys. You guys going to get real? Can we do that?
Yes,
absolutely, man.
Of course. This is where you're supposed to get real.
Oh, in the ant farm. Which way am I going? Which way am
I
going? But real, the season that I'm in my on my Instagram feed is, you already expect that DaJuan's going to be working, right? So I'm not all the time showing you that I'm on set. I'm not all the time showing you that here, look at me doing a selfie in my, that's not me anymore. Right. It's me more in my life, like a day in my life, a day with my kids, a day on something else, so you can see that part that I'm training your mind to already think that DaJuan's always working. Right? If that makes sense, because if we're looking at the Chris Pines, we're looking at the other big actors, they're not always showing you that they're on the Avengers, right? Or that they're, or they're on Guardians. They're showing you a day in their life. So I shifted a little bit in there. That's real talk for you guys.
Right. And I have a question, because we just got off the conversation with a social media strategist. So everything's calculated, everything's planned out. Do you calculate it like that, or do you just like, oh, this is how I feel, how it should be for the time being, so I go for it this way? How do you approach it like that?
My team has told me to stop doing it so much.
Yeah. Good representation.
That's right, man.
Good reps. My team is at, they're like, hey, so.
That's great.
I love it. The honesty, man. The honesty is just coming. I do like, though. I like performers and artists who do share that personal side, because I know the fans really appreciate when they get to see a little bit of the inside world of people that they look up to, or maybe people that they feel inspire them. And then I think that translates to the work, your body of work, because if you have a fan base that can connect to you on a personal level when they're watching something that you're doing, I think that's hugely important. So, because I do feel like it can get very generic or stale when it's just, here's another picture of me on the set. They want to kind of feel like they know you,
Yeah, and they're rooting for you. Right?
Exactly.
So in my stories, I'm always talking about my sons, and I don't show them on social media, but I always talk about my son's wanting a dog or something like that, and I'm like, I don't have any time, and people are like, get him a dog.
They're like vouching for him.
Oh yeah, and fans always have an opinion, don't they?
And I love it, like you're saying, because all of a sudden we feel like we know them, we want to root for them, and that's important because we're in a different age, right?
Yep.
It's a little bit more public, and I'm okay with showing you a slice of my life that I want you to see. Like I said, I don't show my family so much because they didn't ask to be a part of all this, and my sons, could care less that I'm on TV.
Right.
I'm like, you guys want to go to set? They're like, no.
No.
Do you find though that when you are more open like that, and you are you do share a little bit of your real life and what's going on, they respect your privacy more because you're giving them a little bit of what they want. They don't feel like they have to peer in and beg for it, right? So I feel like they kind of respect your privacy a little more when you do open up and share with them a bit.
I think so. I definitely believe that is true. I think, we're just in an interesting time in our world right now. And, especially on Twitter or whatever, when people when you don't agree with what they're putting out there or their beliefs, then it gets a little dicey.
Ooh, yeah.
But, it gets really, really I had somebody put DaJuan, say for me and your fans that this is not the way you think. And I was like, but I can't, because I do think that way.
Right.
And so you got to realize that you get to walk in your belief. You get to walk in who you are. And that takes a little bit of just, I guess, longevity in this career.
Absolutely.
But there's fans who are going to stick by you. I've had fans that have been with me since, my General Hospital days when I was doing soaps.
Yes.
And they still are following me, for all of this. And that is pretty great when you get to see the progression of fans that are rooting for you and rooting for all that, of just your success.
Absolutely. Okay, so you brought up the negative dark side of social media. So let's get a little bit serious here for a little bit, though, because I'm always interested. For somebody who has been in the industry for a while and has been steady working, or not steady working, as you say, I want to know all of the stuff that's going on, the diversity initiatives, the Black rights movements, and all of the thing. How has it affected your career? Because I mean, I think it's extremely important. I think it's moving in the right direction, but there are still struggles. And like you said, you make a comment about something that you feel positively strong about, you might get some backlash for it or whatever. So how does that approach you, or change your approach to the career, if at any? And have you seen gains in diversity where maybe now you can maybe audition for roles that 20 years ago weren't even thought of,
It's a great question. And, I think we are on the precipice of hopefully a beautiful change in Hollywood, and just being inclusion, diversity, and equity in casting. That's my hope, that, casting directors or my team will fight for me. Like, why does this role have to be, this color? Why can't you see DaJuan for X, Y, and Z? And that's my hope. And, we're seeing a little bit of it, small changes. Sometimes I'll go into the room pre-pandemic, where I would be the only person of color in there. And I'm like, great. That means this casting director is trying to help, maybe the production or directors or whatever see something different. for me on social media and for out there being all of this, you just have to. It's scary. I'm going to be honest with you, Dustin and Logan. It's a scary place to be, but I think you just have to be more resolved in your in your beliefs, in your core values about what am I putting out there and what do I believe in. I'm on a show right now, right? And so this conversation, even as I'm talking to you, there's places that I'm not going because cancel culture, right?
Sure.
And I understand that some people out there are like, no, speak your truth. You can do your thing. But what you don't understand is where I'm coming from. I also have a mortgage. I'm coming from. I have a career. I'm also coming from a place where I have something to lose. Right.
Absolutely.
And so where I do believe I can be in my core values, I can believe that I am right now on a show. And so I think when you get to a certain place in your guys, I might speak out of turn. I might step in some poo, right now by even just saying some things. But I'll be honest, like, I just walk very cautiously at the moment about what I'm saying out there on social media and all that stuff.
Well, I mean,
and I take it. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say you have to, because look at the situation. James Gunn or Kevin Hart. These people are looking and digging shit up from like 15, 20 years ago. It could be one statement that they made 20 years ago and people are finding it and ramming it down now. So you do have to walk, especially in the day and age where everybody's got a phone. Somebody's going to record you saying something.
Yeah. Yeah, and I and this is just my belief. I think a lot of that stuff, it gets to be brought back up, right? It gets to be brought back up. But I also believe, and this is just my belief, this is nobody else's belief, my belief, DaJuan's belief, that like, when do we get to a place where we can't like let somebody apologize, a meaningful apology, and maybe do some work around it, and maybe and let that start to be the new turn of us healing. Right. And so I'm not going to sit here and say that like all of that stuff shouldn't be brought back up when you said X, Y, and Z long time ago. That gets to be right. But like you also get to like say, I was young and full of whatever, back then. Right. And I can see where I said that I shouldn't have said that stuff. Or I can see how that hurt somebody else's feelings, it's a whole other story when you want to apologize for it, but
yeah, right. Well,
let's, I'm not going to say anybody's name. We'll just keep moving.
Right.
We know.
You also have some past encounters, huh? Oh man, but yeah, I mean, I feel like right now a lot of people aren't even willing to have a conversation about bringing up something. Yeah, about even touching into the gray area. And I mean, we talked to Denham Richards from Yellowstone a couple weeks ago, and we talked about talking about the gray area because that's what will help us move forward. But like you said, not a lot of people want to talk about that, and so when things get brought up, and people are very opinionated right now because they have the tools that can let their opinions be very much heard across the whole entire world. So it gets a little crazy every now and then, but I think it's all a pendulum swing. Like we're trying to figure out the balance of everything right now, and especially right now when everybody's cooped up in the house and they're just freaking reading their Twitter threads like crazy. So it's an interesting time to say the least. It's
an interesting time, but you also get to, I'll say to anybody out there who's an actor, you're starting out, you're listening, and social media, it can be this dark place, but it also can be this lovely place where
beautiful,
as well too. And I do speak my truth and I do step in it. And every once in a while, I'll just say it on Twitter. I was like, I forgot about the bots.
And that's okay. It's okay. Like, that's another thing, too. I feel like so many people are wrapped up. They forget that it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
People have bad days. People have some times that they're going through, and sometimes they say things, and they're just in the heat of the moment, they're feeling it, and that's okay.
Exactly.
Like,
you got to tell your truth.
Yeah, you can't always, you can be friends with somebody you don't agree with, and that's okay. Like, I think there's just too much hate.
Where they do that at?
You're right.
That's it, man. That's it. Okay, so now we got to talk about the shows because we've been steady talking about how much you're working, and we haven't even brought it. First of all, quarantine, dude. fantastic. Okay,
So good.
We were huge fans of the IGTV series. We thought it was just brilliant. You guys absolutely. How do you create content and have a good time and have fun and do it all at home with all this craziness? We thought you guys just were brilliant. Every one of y'all involved with that. But the biggie, Suits. Obviously, I'm a huge Suits fan. Loved your Suits. Grey's Anatomy. Logan's huge Grey's Anatomy fan.
Yes.
But Bosch. I mean, come on now. Bosch is like the show everybody wants to be on.
Yeah,
We've had so many people as guests on the show who have, I've been on Bosch. I've been on Bosch. Like, who hasn't been on Bosch at this point? Everybody, it's like Batman in the 60s. It's like the show you had to be on, right? So, huge congrats on that, man. I just, the longevity of the show, and it's so unique and it's so different. You know, because sometimes I feel like procedurals get caught up, you know, and they're the same old standard, you know, here it is. But it's so different and so enlightening, and you're just killing it on there, man. Talk about that. How did it all come about? How'd that character come to life? And what was that all like?
It's so interesting. I love to hear other people describe Bosch. You know what I mean? It's because it's a different experience for me, right?
Right.
And it just warms my heart because a lot of people have, you know, taken to Titus and, you know, Jamie and Lance and the characters, Pierce, you know, my character.
Right.
It is.
Who's a detective, by the way, for anybody who doesn't know? It's not Officer 20. Like,
it is not. But let's get into that if we have a little bit of time. You know,
sure.
I've been on that show since the pilot.
Right.
So since the pilot, and we are just entering, when we're on it right now, our 7th season and our last season. You know, I've been on since the pilot, and when this role, for all my actor peeps out there and my fans out there that are listening, this role was Officer number 1. Right. And so when I auditioned when I got ready to audition for it, and I was like in this part of my career where I was like, I don't want to audition for Officer number 1. I don't want to do it. And my manager at the time was like, all right, we'll go to them and see if we can get a name for this. And, you know, if you book it or whatever. And I was like, great, I don't want to do it if it doesn't have a name. And they came back to me with Officer Rondell Pierce.
Oh, there you go.
And I remember thinking, they're fucking with me. Like,
you just made that name up, didn't you? Like, yeah.
I was like, who do you know named Rondell? Right? I was like, Rondell. And I was like, all right, cool. And so when we did it, that was only supposed to be from the beginning. That was only supposed to be the pilot. I was only supposed to be in the pilot. And it was a one-off. And I remember we were at the screening of the pilot episode at the Soho House in LA. And, you know, the director and the producers had talked to me, they pulled me aside, and they had said, it was lovely cutting your film. And they said, you know, we'll be seeing more of you. And I was like, you're right. This is what you say to everybody.
Try to make me feel good. Like, yeah.
Right. And they stuck to their word. And, you know, I ended up recurring in season 1. And, you know, I did a little bit in season 2. And then come season 3, Michael Connelly, the creator, you know, he was like, you know, we're envisioning a world with more Pierce in it. And I was like, oh, my God, I've been envisioning that world for 3 seasons.
Let's collaborate, make that happen, you know.
Let's make it happen. And, you know, they just upped me to detective in season 3. And I've just had the time of my life, and this has been one of those roles that it is not lost on me that, you know, in a time where shows only go 2 to 3 seasons, maybe 1 at best, you know, right? That I've gotten to play and grow with Mr. Rondell Pierce, officer, detective, for 7 seasons. And I'm so honored and grateful that the fans have stuck behind me. I've been a fan favorite for a bit, and I think that's really one of the things that has allowed me to stick around for so long.
I think it goes back to what we were talking about, man. You know, Pierce is genuine. And I feel like your fans, because of the way you are in real life, connect with you. So therefore, they connect with Pierce, and they're rooting for him. Like you said, he's a fan favorite, and I see that progression from throughout the 7 years. And clearly, the people that you were working with, the producers and the directors and the creators, saw that too. So that's a huge credit to your skill and your talent and your ability to do what you do, man.
I appreciate that. And I take what I do with Pierce, or what I get to do with Pierce, very very personal. And I think and with him, we are like the moral compass. I you know, nobody said that to me, but one of the moral compasses of the show. And so that is very important to me. It's very important when you get to portray something like that, because I understand that it's a big deal.
Okay, right. So, and you know what else is a big deal? And I want to talk about this too. And we can talk a little bit about what you got coming up or stuff that you're working on. But you have an acting school, and I want to talk about it a little bit because you are one of those people who is you're where you're at, and you're appreciative of where you're at, and you're clearly very humble. But you're also one who gives back and knows the importance of I've been given some stuff. I like you said, it's not all luck. It's hard work, and when you benefit from the hard work and sometimes the luck, to be able to give back and bestow upon that other people who maybe aren't getting it, is really important, I think, especially in this industry. And you're one of those people that's doing that through your school. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up, man. I started back about 5 years ago. My acting coaching called Think Bigger Coaching, because I just started to believe that everything I was learning, people would have like, can I take you out to lunch? Can I pick your brain over coffee? And I just started to get the sense that all of this information, all of these wins that I was having was not just for me, that I should be like using this as a vessel to tell more actors, like, here's how I did it. It might not happen the exact way for you, but like maybe here's some strategies to get you to that place. And I think when I win, like everybody else can win too, or when you win, I win. And so I've really taken that to heart, and it's helped me feel more on purpose than just acting, because I also believe I'm on purpose with that, but I just sharing it in a different way. So so I created Think Bigger Coaching, and I work with thousands of actors, just helping them skip the line.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
dude.
that's great.
I mean, it's so important. It goes back, like what you said all the way at the beginning of the interview, with the importance of networking and relationships and building and maintaining those relationships. And what better way to do that than recognizing, if I win, we can all win, and we can do this together. I mean, I think it's just a brilliant way to approach life, not just career, but life, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I my friends too, they know, like if I'm going in for a part and I'm like, hey, you should go out for this too, because you might be great for this. And everybody's like, why would you competition? I was like, well, I don't believe in competition. If they want what I'm selling that day, like, or what I'm presenting, I don't want to call it selling, then they're going to pick DaJuan. But if they want what M is picking today, then, then great. Or they want what Sean is doing, like, great. We get to share it that way. And I always think, if I don't get the role, wouldn't you want my friend to get it? Like,
right, exactly.
That's it. Hey, man, there's a lot of people that don't think like that, so thank God there are good people still left. It's like, you ain't getting it either, man.
Exactly.
Did you not see that audition? Oh, I'm sorry. Like, you didn't know about that one?
Nobody gets it.
Oh, my gosh,
That's
man.
so funny. But, man, I mean, I hope you're ready for this really hard, difficult question. I mean, are you ready?
That's right.
Are you sitting down?
Do you need the margarita first?
Do you need the margarita? We can virtually send it to you. We can virtually it to you. Oh, man. But what TV shows are you watching right now?
Wow.
I know.
A good one.
I mean, that's that quarantine question, man. Like, boom.
Exactly.
Well, first of all, let me just say, you're catching me like, what are we in, 7 months into TV? So like nothing now.
Yeah, right? Like,
I've already finished everything on Amazon Prime. I'm on, Netflix and everything. Actually, really, really honestly, I can say that I am watching this amazing show that I'm loving called Ted Lasso.
It's on Apple TV.
It's on Apple TV. I'm on like episode 6, and I'm devouring that right now. And it's just a feel-good kind of like amazing acted David. I'm gonna forget his last name. Sudeikis. Just fantastic. I love that. That's what I'm watching currently. And when I don't want to tell anybody, like this question that you asked me, I really am. I'm a big fantasy buff. I love anybody that knows DaJuan. I love anything about fantasy, anything in the vampire, like anybody in the superhero world. And so, Netflix, I just finished Chronicles of Shannara.
There you go.
Nice.
Listen.
Nice.
That's all good, man. I discovered Lucifer during quarantine, so I'm all down for that kind of stuff. I'm like, how have I missed this show? Yeah, what?
Don't sleep on The Last Kingdom. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I just started Game of Thrones with HBO Max.
So see,
we're all there. We're all there.
Wait. Pause.
Pause.
Did you just start?
Yeah, like a month ago.
I don't even know. I'm not giving permission for my conversation to be used anymore.
It's so good though. It's so good.
You just started.
I know. So far behind, but it's so damn good. Like, I'm literally going through a whole season in like 3 days. It's crazy. It's so good.
So I'm like, how do you just start? You're like, I don't even know how to like take this.
I know. I'm sorry.
What's even more amazing is that he avoided any and all spoilers or what happened all this time. I'm like, what? That's so crazy.
All I know about is like the coffee cup and the water bottle in the last season. That's all I know about.
That's right. That's right.
Well, listen, I'm just going to tell you this to ruin it for you.
Shit.
You know, Vader is Luke's father.
Oh, damn. Just put it out there for everybody. What's going on?
Right. Oh, my goodness. Well, man, what would you say would be your most embarrassing and or memorable moment on any set that you have overcome and either can look back on now and laugh? Yeah.
Or cry.
Or cry. Whichever.
Whichever the moment may take you. I don't know.
Gosh, my most embarrassing. Oh man, right. This is like an intense question.
This is the deep cuts.
This is the Barbara Walters segment of the show. You know, what tree would you be? That's right.
I think not as embarrassed. I more maybe uplifting too, but embarrassing is there's some people that I get to work with, like Debbie Allen that I worked with on Grey's Anatomy. That I grew up watching her on Fame, you know.
Yes.
And you know, just directing and doing some great things. And so when she directed me. And executive produce those episodes of Grey's Anatomy. Before we started, I just went up to her and I was like, I just want you to know you're Debbie Allen. And I was like, hi. And she was like, oh, honey, come on, get out of here.
Oh my goodness.
Not in a bad way, but then I just like kind of stepped back. You know that Homer gif where you step back into the bushes?
Yeah.
Right. I just want to let you know. She was so awesome about it, but I was just so enamored by her and working. And I think about that, and it kind of makes me cringe a little bit. But I got to tell you, she was such a good sport about it. And you know what, guys? That's me living in my truth. And that was embarrassing at that moment. But I got down to work and did what I had to do.
Boom! There you go, man.
You know what? I got to ask this question now that we've got somebody on that could possibly answer it, because I have always wondered since she made the transition behind the camera and directing and everything. Does she have that stick, man, from like Fame? Does she direct with that stick, and like if you get out of line, she bring that up? Like, I've always been curious. That was one of my favorite things about her on Fame. It's like, that stick's coming out. Look out.
She doesn't. Maybe she has like a mental stick.
Right.
There you go.
But like she brings the gravitas with her. She's so amazing, man. She's so amazing, and I mean, she just has a legacy behind her. That is just palpable when you're in her world, and you get it, you feel it, and that Fame stick is always going to be there.
The Fame stick, I love it, man.
Oh my goodness! But listen, man, what we like to do at the end of every interview, and I mean, you've been doing it honestly throughout, but what we like to do is have our guests leave a little piece of advice for the up-and-comers try to break into the industry. And what pitfalls would you say to try to avoid?
I would just say the main thing that I think it took me a very long time to understand. These might be the same question. I mean, the answer to that question would be just remember this, that your tribe matters. Your community matters. And that if you are hanging around 5 other actors that are negative and talking about how they're not making it, you will be the 6th one not making it.
Right.
That is the way this works. So if you are around, 5 people who are not auditioning, not doing anything, you will be that 6th one. So just continue to, be mindful about the spaces, the communities, the tribes, the people you're putting yourself into, and just try to be around greatness. That took me so long. I worked at a restaurant for 15 years as a bartender, right? And I remember thinking halfway through that, I was like, nobody in this this restaurant, they're saying they're actors, but they're not auditioning.
Right.
They're just complaining. I was like, I gotta get out of here. I was like, I gotta go, because this is not my life. This is not what I see my vision for it. And, I think that's very important for anybody starting out, anybody that's coming out here, to make sure you get yourself into a great tribe, and don't be afraid to change your tribe. Because you can see that like, oh, cool. This is served me for a little bit. That sounds very opportunistic, right? But I don't mean it that way. Like I said, I still have my core people, right? But I also understand that I'm navigating through different circles in different ways.
Well, man, you hear it all the time. I mean, my mom used to tell it to me all the time, and it's true. You're a product of your environment, so you choose whether you're going to be positive and doing things and making moves, or whether you're going to be negative and wallowing in it and not doing anything. I mean, you choose, right?
Yeah, and I do think you choose, and also just remember that talent, like I think. I don't want to say it this way, but I'll say it this way. I think maybe what's his name? Will Smith said it that hustle will trump talent every time, every single time.
That's it.
So it will trump them because, and I'll say this: I have one of my really good friends that worked at the restaurant with me. Was part of a boy band, and I always thought that I was like, why aren't you out there on some of these like talk shows or these music shows or these whatever? You have such great skills, like you can go out there and do it. And he's like, I just don't have the discipline that you have. Like, you know what I mean? And that's a different hustle that I have coming from University of Florida, from theater school. And I just understand that no, this isn't no is just no right now. No is just like temporary for me. I'm not going to take that no and take it down. And so I just want to say to everybody out there that your hustle and the way you rebound from those rejections will trump talent every time. For whatever reason, I'm not a scientist. I can't tell you why.
That's right. Wait, do Rocky, man. What's it? It ain't about how many times you get knocked down. It's how many times you get up. Like that's exactly it, man. And there's my acting for today. That's right.
Yeah, you killed it. I mean, we're gonna go a different way. But,
thanks, man. Rejection 4012.
At least you came in. At least you came in.
You did. It's not you. We're just going to go a different way.
That's right. Just stick that in the drawer and remember me for another role. It'll be fantastic.
Oh, my goodness. But, man, listen, thank you so much for coming on the show today and getting a little crazy. Yeah. Man, you were an absolute blast. And open invite. Anytime you want to come back on, talk industry news, we do a top 5 segment, or just shoot the shit, man. We would love to have you back on.
I love what you guys are doing, and the visual for me of an ant farm. I just think of like all the like different tunnels we could go down.
Exactly.
And we could go.
That's right.
Thank you for having me, and keep inspiring our community, man.
Oh, dude, man, our pleasure. And you do the same, dude. And speaking of, tell everybody where they can follow you. So we got to make sure they follow you, man.
Oh, please follow me on, I'm everywhere at DaJuan Johnson on Twitter and on Instagram. And if you're an actor out there looking to, just get some inspiration, motivation, and a new tribe, look for me at thinkbiggercoaching.com on Instagram as well.
There you go, man. Knows how to sell that brand.
He does.
He's on it, boy.
Exactly.
What did I tell you?
That's
you
right.
Not be a secret and be a success, guys.
That's it. I'm getting a T-shirt made of that right now. It's like fantastic.
Exactly.
Well, listen, dude. Take care. Have a great rest of the week, dude, and definitely just best of luck to you and continued success, man.
Appreciate you.
All right, take care now.
See you, man.
Okay. Bye.
Man, that guy was just so dang cool.
I mean, it's so fun. That laugh is contagious.
I know it is.
I mean, I just loved his laugh, but that's just how much fun he's having and enjoying life. And I think, oh, man, we need more people like that.
Yeah, I agree. Just having his little giggle fucking in the background trying to ask questions. It was so freaking funny.
Oh, my gosh.
But yeah, I mean, you got to start Game of Thrones sometime. It's fine.
It, man.
It's fine. But so good, so good. I definitely think the up-and-comers are going to love this one. There's so much advice, so much they can take from this interview. They're going to love it.
Absolutely. Inspiring from start to finish, man. So
Definitely. Thank you again, DaJuan Johnson, for coming on the show. All right, now it is time for the top segment. Yeah. top 5 segment, not the top segment. I mean, I don't know where we were going with that.
I don't know either.
I was going like midnight DJ, like call in.
One thing is for certain, we are about to go boldly where no man has gone before.
It's true. It's true. Top 5 Star Trek movies /shows. Of course, this is brought to you by our podcast producer, Jason, rocking and rolling, making it so damn difficult every single week.
Yes.
Man, oh man. I'm just going to jump right in.
Do it.
Do it. Number 5 for me, you're definitely going to tell that I'm part of the younger generation with my picks. Top 5, my number 5 is Star Trek Beyond, the third installment into the most recent film Star Trek franchise with Chris Pine and all the good people.
Yes.
Yeah, I really like Chris Pine. I think this is the franchise that really got me started to watch more of his stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And rumor has it that they are trying to move forward with another one with that cast.
Yeah.
So hopefully, because I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
I was skeptical at first, but I kind of liked it. My number 5 is Star Trek TNG, The Next Generation. Gave us Picard and Data and Geordi and Riker and all the gang. I mean, I thought everybody was kind of skeptical when they said, "Oh, we're gonna do a Star Trek show set in the future without Kirk." What?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are afraid.
But, man, it took off and blew up and spawned, like, countless spin-offs from itself. And just, like, in my opinion, the best cast. In my opinion. I just thought it was brilliant. So, Star Trek, The Next Generation.
Definitely. Well, my number 4 is sticking right in that New Age franchise. The second installment being Star Trek Into Darkness. This is supposed to be like the remake or revamp of Conan!
That's right.
As he would say.
As everybody knew it was. Even though they tried to deny it every which way from Sunday, everybody knew it was.
Yeah.
But
And I mean, Benedict Cumberbatch, epic fucking actor, and so many other people. So, yeah, Into Darkness.
Yes, I like it. And you'll find out why I like it in a little bit.
Right.
Number 4 for me, Star Trek 4. No, I didn't even do that on purpose. The Voyage Home. And this is one of my absolute favorites just because of my story and how me and a buddy of mine walked to be miles and miles in downpouring rain to see it. Froze our asses off in the theater soaking wet, but it was worth it. This is the one about when they go back to the modern time in the late 80s with the whales, to save the humpback whales, to bring back to the future.
Wow.
And when they come back and they're trying to deal with modern time, it's so fucking funny to watch them. Scotty's like hollering at the keyboard because he doesn't know it's not voice acting.
Yeah.
He's like, computer! And they're like, you have to fucking type it. And he's like, how primitive. Or cursing, because there's no cursing in the future. And so Spock is trying to teach Kirk how to curse. Funniest shit I have ever seen in my life. They're walking and Kirk almost gets hit by the car and he still has no idea what, and the guy's like, dumbass! And Kirk's like, well, double dumbass on you! Like, no clue how to fucking say any shit, but so good, it was different because it was set in the modern time and it was all really like hardcore comedy.
Yeah.
And so it was so different from what we were used to seeing. I loved it. Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home.
Definitely.
And you learned what humpback whales sound like.
Boom, right there.
Boom.
Yeah. Number 3 for me, still sticking in that New Age. Star Trek, the first one, the movie. I love origin stories, to be honest with you. Yeah, so damn good. Chris Pine trying to figure out his character and figuring out where he's going. So, yeah, that's number 3 for me.
And you know what the cool thing was that I learned well afterwards and wasn't even V'ger? You know the bald chick, right? The one that was like Borg. Yes, it took place in 1979, and Star Trek: The Next Generation was way back, late 80s, but yes, V'ger was Borg. It's all connected.
Yeah,
that was so cool when I found that out. I was like, what the fuck? But okay, all right. My number 3, currently on CBS All Access. Check this shit out. It's badass. Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah,
takes place before Kirk, about 10 years before Kirk. It is badass, y'all. They are breaking ground with all kinds of storylines and stuff we haven't seen before, and kind of seeing how Starfleet evolves and develops into the Kirk era is really badass. You get young Spock because Burnham is Spock's sister, if you will. If I'm not going to spoil anything. Oh, woo! I'm not going to spoil anything for you. That wouldn't happen in the future.
Nah.
But anyway, Star Trek Discovery. You need to check it out.
Boom. Right there. My number 2. Now, I've only seen 1 or 2 episodes of this series. And, it was definitely a staple for CBS All Access. A lot of people are so super excited about it. Star Trek Picard.
Yes.
Sir Patrick Stewart, this guy is fucking amazing. And, just the 1 or 2 episodes that I watched were absolutely badass. I loved it.
Yeah, me too. One of hands down my favorite Star Trek series. I thought Discovery was hands down but Picard blew it away. We finally find out what happened to Picard. All kinds of characters from Deep Space Nine pop up. Data, of course. Riker shows up. It's so badass. And then it's continuing. We're gonna get a second season, and and Picard has a winery. He's got a winery. I mean, that should be enough for you right there. He named his little dog number 1. I mean, come on.
So good.
Everything about it is good.
So good. That's why it's your number 2 as well.
Exactly. That's my number 2 as well.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I guess that means I go to my number 1, which is the latest animation adaptation of Star Trek. Star Trek Lower Decks, guys, it is so fucking great. Like, I mean, you don't even have to be a Trekkie to watch this thing. It's
true.
If you like Family Guy, any of those adult animated comedies, like, you will like Star Trek Lower Decks. I mean, there's so much good storyline that stays good with, like, continuity and all the different shit that's happening in this universe, but it's also just hilarious. So, yeah, Star Trek Lower Decks, definitely one of my favorites.
Absolutely.
And one of our Survivor, because we like Survivor too, CBS All Access, David something, the little bald guy.
Yes.
He's a writer on Star Trek Lower Decks.
Yeah.
Gonna try to get him on the show, so.
That'll be badass.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. It's a great, and for anybody, it's set in Star Trek: The Next Generation's timeline.
Yeah,
so that's when it takes place. So, yeah, it's a badass show and funny as shit. So,
yeah.
if you guys should definitely check it out. And then he hinted at it, but it's clear. My number 1, the greatest Star Trek movie ever made. Khan! Yeah. It's Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. Ricardo Montalban, Kirk going in. Spock's dead. They kill Spock. What? They kill Spock? Yes, they kill Spock. Everything about the film, I think, hands down, the best writing, the best acting, the best storyline, just everything fucking brilliant. Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. Done.
It's a lot of good shit.
It is,
It's
man.
a lot of good shit.
I mean, there's a reason it's been around forever.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason.
Exactly.
And no girdle for like Shatner. And,
Yeah.
And no, it was pre-girdle.
Pre-girdle.
I think that was like from 4 on, maybe girdles. But
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Just-
Oh, my
he's
goodness.
gonna kill me.
He is.
I'm like that geek that asked for the autograph.
Yeah, exactly. What the fuck? Oh, man. Now it is time for the box office recap. Oh, man. I'm surprised that these movies make this much because, like I said, what theaters are open?
Right.
So, I mean, if there's a theater near you that is open, please let us know because we might fly or drive and go see a movie.
Right.
Number 1 was Freaky, that Vince Vaughn movie where, I mean, they switch bodies and it's kind of like
He's a serial killer.
comedian
yeah,
thriller, I guess. It came in at number 1 with 3.7 million.
And see, this is exactly my point, though. And this was considered a huge hit this weekend.
Exactly.
Number 1, 3.7 million. Nowhere close to 50 million.
Nope.
This one's going to, video on demand in
Yeah.
17 days.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it just, no.
See it soon. Number 2 was Let Him Go with 1.8 million. No idea what that one's about.
Nope.
The War with Grandpa came in at number 3 with 1.3 million.
Yeah.
And number 4 was Come Play with 1.1 million. And number 5 was Honest Thief with 800,000.
That particular set of skills still going.
Still
Isn't
going.
Let Him Go that one with Kevin Costner and Diane Lane? I think so.
No,
I think so.
No idea. New movies that are coming out: Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes.
Vanguard. What the fuck? The Last Vermeer.
Sure. Vermeer.
Vermeer.
Sure.
The Furies and Girl.
We had Boy.
No,
I don't know what Girl is about. I remember Boy. Loved Boy. I don't know what Girl is like.
Yeah. Movies you can still go see in select theaters, maybe near you. Elf, Toy Story, True to the Game 2. True to the Game 2.
Never even heard of True to the Game.
Yeah.
What's up?
Guardians of the Galaxy and Tenet.
Yes.
Yeah, guys. I mean, everything's so freaking interesting right now. And speaking of interesting, I mean, going over to the IMDb Pro Top Trending segment, you guys know we already love this app. You guys know the spiel. But the interesting part is the top trending movie is New Mutants.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I can only guess it's because of what the top trending show is and the top trending star is. I have no other explanation why this would have popped back up into the top trending movie.
Yeah.
New Mutants. I have no idea.
Yeah, and I mean, let's talk about it. Top trending star is Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yes.
And she is a New Mutant.
She is Magic in the New Mutants. Right?
And she is in the main star of The Queen's Gambit, which after finishing Game of Thrones, I think that's the next one I'm going to start watching.
Yeah, I can only imagine that people are so obsessed with The Queen's Gambit right now, and they're obsessed with who she is, that they went and watched New Mutants or, looked up New Mutants or
Some
whatever
shit.
to try, because I don't understand how that popped back up.
No, nor do I. That is very interesting because it wasn't good. Yeah, guys. I mean, it got a little crazy.
It
But
did.
you know, that's what we do on Inside the Crazy Ant Farm. Thank you so much for tuning in for 39 episodes.
Yes.
It's freaking insane, guys. We got to thank our guest one more time, DaJuan Johnson, for coming on the show and getting a little crazy with us, passing those pieces of advice along. Be sure to follow him and his acting school on all social media platforms.
Yes.
I believe the acting school is on Twitter. I don't know about Instagram, but look him up. Look him up.
Yep.
Of course, follow us and the company on social media, the company and the podcast at Crazy Ant Media and at ItCap Podcast on all social media platforms. You guys know you can follow us both personally on social media. Myself at JLoFantastic and
Crazy Ant Guy 1970.
yes, and you guys know you can subscribe to this podcast anywhere you listen to your podcast. Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Music, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Stitcher, and so much more. If you are watching this video on YouTube, be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and of course, ring that bell for all the latest and greatest notifications and all of our Crazy Ant Media videos.
It's true.
So good, man. So good. And of course, be sure to visit our website, www.crazyantmedia.com, where you can start rocking the latest and greatest Crazy Ant Media gear. Thanksgiving is when we are releasing the holiday merchandise,
Yes.
so stay tuned for that. And of course, like I said, Black Friday, we're going to have some big sales going on our website, so be sure to check it out. Man, oh man, I'm fucking pumped about Wonder Woman 1984 coming to HBO Max with no freaking tears.
Yes, that's exciting. All the superhero news was exciting. I get so, just up in the air with it, though. I get all excited about all the good news, and then I get pissed that we still don't have Green Arrow in the Canary. I can't let it go. But I'm excited. And, of course, the guest segment. We got to get those T-shirts made. I love that. You can't be a secret and be a success.
Exactly.
Love that quote. So that was always fun. Man, and super, super excited that Deadpool 3 is finally coming.
I know.
I mean,
honestly super surprised that it's still alive and well and kicking, and I love that they're going to let him do it the way it's supposed to be done.
Exactly.
So it's so good, so good. Everybody knows Mandalorian episode out. Go watch it on Disney Plus. So good. You see our baby Yoda now if you're watching it on YouTube. We love it. We love it. And you know somebody else who probably loves the Mandalorian just because she loves everything Disney.
And especially Bob Iger.
I mean, of course, Oprah!